Okay guys, so we're just preparing. Thanks for joining again. Let's see if we've got a few viewers already. Let me know if you can't hear me, otherwise we're going to get going with this. So we're here in Austria, the Red Bull Ring, round 5 for our Gran Turismo Sport League with Division 1. I believe we've got 12 or 13 drivers here today, so almost a jam-packed lobby here with one commentator, that's me, Dr. Robot. And I think we're going to have a really interesting race. Now the good thing about Austria, it's only 10 corners. It's not a tricky circuit, it's an easy circuit. It's difficult to get extra fast at, it's difficult to gain those extra few tenths, but it's easy enough to get around. So I know at the start of the season we've had some quite complex races, we've had a lot of drama on track. I don't think we're going to see that today. Major part of the track that's going to cause the most drama, I reckon, is going to be lap 1, turn 1. It's a short run up to corner 1, it's uphill, it's a tight 90-degree right-hander, a lot can happen there. We know we've got hardcore damage sector on. If anything goes wrong there, these guys have got an entire lap, 1 minute and 30 seconds worth, that they're going to have to get around with engine damage, front bumper damage, rear wing damage, wheel assembly damage, anything. It can all go wrong here, so they need to be very careful into turn 1. Best thing to do into turn 1, lift before your usual braking point, gives you enough time to react because your car's going a little bit slower and you can get on those brakes a lot harder as well. That's what we've been telling these guys this week. We did the same thing in Baku yesterday, and thankfully it wasn't too bad, so hopefully they can do that again. Circuit length, we're looking at a 4.318 kilometer circuit here. We've got 30 laps we're doing here today, so that's just half of the usual F1 distance. Lap record, F1 lap record is a 106.9. We're not going to see anything like that. I expect to see possibly a 128 fastest lap. We've got one of our fastest drivers, Jan, joining us back this weekend as well. He's had a 5-week break and he is finally back. He's starting at the back of the grid today because he is classed as a new driver, and the race is now starting. So here we go. We've already done the stuck check. No one got stuck, so let's hope we can bring that in to the main round. So guys, here we go. Let's hope this is as clean as it can be, and I'm sure we are going to have an absolutely fantastic race here today. Championship leader is currently Racete, 85 points for Spinorama. Next up it's Iceman Kimmy with 68. There we go. We're about to see the grid. We've got Platypus, Harley, Bagpuss, Grim, Ash, Astro, Lika, Castle, Iceman, Racete, Martin, AJ, and Jan the Man. Amazing lineup. We've still got Spinorama Pro leading by 12 points in the team championships. We're waiting for the lights to turn on right now. Let's just quickly see if we can get the spectator options up. Yes, we can. Going to ride on board with second place as we wait for these 5 lights to go red and then go out. We're here at Austria and we are away. Harley gets a pretty decent start from the line there. You can see him pulling away, already claiming first place, 2 tenths ahead as they go uphill into turn 1. Now, as I said, we need to make sure we can keep this as clean as possible. Going to ride on board with 6th place for now. 8th place, sorry, Ash Wilson. He gets pushed wide slightly, but that's just a safety precaution so he doesn't come into contact with any of these drivers. He's got a little kiss on AJ there as he's coming out on turn 1, but currently leading is Harley, 3 tenths ahead of Bagpuss, 2nd place in his Volkswagen Beetle, looking very, very nice, stable, great livery. Let's hope we can look down the inside into turn 1. They're going side by side. Bagpuss has a better exit out of that corner, a little bit of a worse entry because he had to go down the inside, but he's looking good. He's got the slipstream on Harley right now, and he's following him downhill now all the way into turn 4. Bagpuss is looking to go around the outside here. He can late brake and swing it all the way round. Let's see if he can hold that position though. He's going to get a bit scruffy if he touches that curb. He manages to avoid it, and he's now going to get the inside line as they go through turn 5 on the entry into turn 6. Let's see if he can keep it on the inside here. Great wheel-to-wheel batting. A little bit of contact there between Harley. Harley's front left tyre hit the rear right tyre of Bagpuss, but they're both looking nice and stable. No one's come off track yet. We're having lots of battles, and Bagpuss is taking the lead of this race. He's in first place on lap 1. 29 laps to go. 29 and a half if you're including this one. And he's looking really stable in that car. He's done a lot of practice this week. Coming into turn 9 and 10, really tricky braking zone. If you go wide here, you will pick up at least a half a second penalty. He's managed to keep it on. You want to just touch that curb slightly, avoid the sausages on the outside of the curb, and swing it round into turn 1, taking as much curb on the inside at 10 as you possibly can. They all avoided it there, actually, and Bagpuss is now going on the defensive as he's trying to cover off turn 1. Harley's trying to see if he can make a move. Let's see if he can do it. They're braking just after that black flag board at about 90 meters there. Bagpuss gets a little bit scruffy, but so does Harley, and you can see Bagpuss now pulling away. Excellent start to the race here. Now, going to jump down the back of the field just to see what's going on. We've got Castle racing all the way down 11th place. Castle actually won the tournament here this week. We had a 1v1 knockout tournament between D1 and D2 drivers. He took the win, beating Racete, and he is our first GTS tournament winner. Let's see if he can make up those positions in his Takao Racing Phoenix Race Lab something or other car here. He's looking pretty good so far. He's moved up into 10th place now, and he's got Ash Wilson behind him. AJ, another fast driver, in front of him, but still looking stable. Bagpuss is still leading. He's 6.3 seconds ahead of AJ AJ currently, who is not too far away in the driver standings. He is currently in P5, and he's only a reserve driver. AJ's looking to go down the inside. Jan does the switch back there, and AJ's going to be fighting back. Now, someone has dropped all the way back. It's Leekela. Leek always got damage. Look at that. He's got flashing engine. 2 right wheel assemblies broken. Again, not sure if that's the suspension, the track quad, don't know what it is, but he's going to be struggling a lot. You can see how far behind he's fallen. He's got front and rear bumper damage as well, so he needs to pit ASAP. Will we see a medium strat here? I'm not entirely sure. Liv, thanks for joining us. How are you doing? Great race yesterday, by the way. Now, back to the race. Bagpuss, 6/10 ahead, just going across the line now. He's doing a pretty good job keeping Harley behind in that Volkswagen Beetle there. Iceman Kimmy's moved all the way up to 3rd place. Where's Racer Tay? Racer Tay's in the pits. Oh, Racer Tay's probably got damage as well. Let's see if we can find Racer Tay. He did have damage, just front bumper damage, so not that much, but he's gone onto the soft tyre, is that? Yeah, he's gone back onto the soft. It's the optimal race tyre here. It's the option race tyre, actually. And he's come out all the way down in 12th place. His teammate, Leekela, team captain at Spinorama, still down in 13th place. Now, Iceman is trying to make a move on Harley right now. Bagpuss has pulled away another 10th on Harley, so Bagpuss is doing everything he needs to stay ahead. Harley's not one to give a position away easily, so Iceman's going to have to definitely fight for that position. But one of the important things about Austria is that, well, in these Group 3 GTS cars anyway, is that it is actually quite difficult to overtake. Because we're going uphill out of turn 1, the slipstream isn't as powerful. On the second straight, when you're going down from turn 3 into turn 4, it is a little more powerful there, but you can do a lot if you're leading, like getting on the brakes early, disrupting the air to the car behind, and that causes them to lock up, brake a bit earlier than they expected to, and that alters their entry into turn 4. It's really hard to overtake. If you're looking to overtake from turn 5 all the way to turn 10, it's not going to happen. If you try a dive bomb, there's going to be an accident. So all you have to do is kind of stay consistent and make sure you don't get jumped with an undercut or overcut in the pits, and you're good to go. And that's all Bagpuss has to do here. Now, I'm going to jump down the back of the field, middle of the field, sorry, and see AJ has actually overtaken Jan. AJ reserving for Spinorama, soon to be a permanent D1 driver, possibly, not entirely sure, but AJ is currently in 6th place, leading Jan the man, making his return to the GTS league here. Let's see if he can get back up to the podium spots, because that's where we expected Jan to finish. He is a very fast driver, one of our fastest, one of our best as well. Let's see if he can do it. But AJ is currently leading him. Now, I'm going to go a bit further down. I'm going to see how Ash Wilson's getting on. He's got Martin Bananas, a new D1 driver, being promoted from D2 racing this weekend. I think he started all the way down somewhere near last place, but he's managed to work his way up a few positions here. He's currently not got any points in this Season 1. In this Division 1, no, he has, sorry, he's got 6 points, but he's now a permanent driver in Division 1, so he's going to want to get a handful of points here to help with his battle to get into the top 10. 10th place is currently only on 14 points, so he only needs 8 points in order to get in that top 10, and that's what he's going to be aiming for today. Let's see if he can do it. Let's look a bit further down the field and see how Racer Tay's getting on after he's come out of the pits. He's currently in 10th place. He's overtaken Platypus, and he's now making a run on Martin Bananas. I wonder how long he's going to stay behind Martin Bananas, because we know Racer Tay is one of our fastest guys here. Going back up to the lead, it's still Bagpuss, but look, they're going almost 3 wide. Iceman Kimmy is looking to make a move on Harley now, as they've just gone through turn 8 and they are approaching turns 9 and 10 right now. Again, Bagpuss needs to avoid going wide here so he can avoid a penalty. Iceman Kimmy's looking to make a move down the inside on Harley here. Harley doesn't want to give the position up, but it looks like he's squeezed Harley off the road slightly, pushes him wide, and he's kind of got that position through a bit of aggression there. I'm not sure if that's exactly what happened, but I think he might have lifted and given that position back there. Let's see if he lifts again as they go into turn 1. Harley's going to want to take that apex as early as possible. No, he's not able to, and again, Harley's getting pushed wide again. There's not enough space for him on the outside there. I think Harley's going to possibly make a report on this. Who knows what the stewards are going to do, but very interesting driving lines from these two drivers so far. Iceman Kimmy now has a huge toe as they are going uphill through turn 2, approaching turn 3. Is he going to try and outbrake? Yes, he is, but again, I think Harley's got the better line through here, and again, he's gone a little bit wide, a little bit of contact between these two here, but Iceman has moved up to 2nd place now, and he's now going to be on the hunt for Bagpuss Gruff in that Volkswagen Beetle, the Volkswagen Beetle of Bock and Calls. Now, Harley's down in 3rd. Grim is looking to make a move on these guys soon. He's only 9/10 behind. It's peaked over a second now as they are going downhill into turn 4, but Let's see how he gets on. Thanks for the other guys who have tuned in now. Make sure you share this with your friends. They can all watch because this is an interesting race so far. AJ's moved up to 6th place. What's happened to Jan? Not sure where he is. He's down in 11th place right now. He's got front bumper damage and front left wheel damage as well. He's going to be struggling. Is he going to come into the pits? He's just gone around turn 4. He's got a long way to go before he can get into the pits, change those wheels, and get that damage fixed. I wonder what he's going to do. Looking a bit further down, we've got someone all the way at the back. It's still Leaker. He's struggling to make that time back up. He's currently 12.5 seconds behind Castle, another really fast driver. Castle's, he got damage? No, he hasn't got damage, but he's all the way down in 12th place, so I think he might have spun somewhere. He's definitely not pitted already because he's not... He's still got a bit of wear on his tyres. He's cut the corner slightly there at turn 8. I wonder what's happened here. Going to jump back up to the lead and see what's going on. Backpuss is still leading, and he's managed to hold on to his gap as well. Distance of 0.7 seconds currently. He's doing a hell of a job right now in that number 45 car, racing in first place. He's one of the admins here in OFR for GTS. Thank you for your service, Bagpuss. You're doing a hell of a job racing out there on track today as well. Keep that up. And Iceman Kimmy is still looking to gain that time, but he's lost another 10th. Look, he's down to 0.8 seconds now as they're going downhill into turn 4. Now, there's a bit of a battle going on between 5th place as well. It's AJ and Astro. Astro in that Raven West. AJ reserving in that Spinorama vehicle here. Let's see if he can close him down here, because again, I do think AJ is the faster driver. He's definitely faster than Astro, I think, lap for lap. I'm not sure about their consistency. I know Astro is a very consistent racer, but I think AJ just has the edge. And we know that Mercedes AMG is a super fast car around Austria. We've been seeing that all throughout the week in practice sessions with multiple teams, and AMG just has the top speed advantage and the corner entry advantage as well. It can stick itself to the ground and even pull away out of these corners super fast. AJ is currently set the best middle sector. Fastest lap currently goes to Leaker with a 1:28.8. Bravo there, Leaker. But look, AJ's got a little bit of damage. He's got front left wheel damage, sorry, and front bumper damage as well. So let's see if he's going to pit, or let's see if he's going to stay out. He's staying out for now, and he's going to make a run on Astro soon, because you can see the gap is now just 0.3 of a second. AJ's looking slightly impatient there. He's going to get a huge tow as he's going down this main straight. He's got a little bit of a speed advantage there. He's looking to pull out. Not yet, AJ. You need to stay within that slipstream. Is he going to dive bomb into turn 1? Let's hope not. He's outbroke him slightly, and he's got it. He's actually got the position done. He's overtaken him. Bravo, AJ. What a move. Again, we expect this type of driving from AJ. He's one of our best, one of our cleanest, and one of our fastest drivers. Good job there, AJ. Gonna jump back up to first place as we see Iceman Kimmy taking the lead. I'm quickly going to see if we can see a replay of that actually, but we might have missed it, unfortunately. Yes, we did miss it. He has taken the lead though, and he is currently running in first place. Racer Tay is going to want to get up there as soon as possible, because currently he's only leading Iceman by 17 points, I believe. So if he doesn't get up to that top 3, we might see Iceman close down that gap significantly, and the driver championship is coming alive again. Now, let's see how Bagpuss is getting on. He's currently 2.1 seconds ahead. I think what Bagpuss has done here is he's allowed Iceman Kimmy to just pull away slightly to make sure that he can have a nice clean area in front of him so it doesn't disrupt him too much, because what he doesn't want to do is get backed up into Harley, because we know those two are similar pace drivers. I'm not sure exactly how the car setups are working out for these two, but they both look pretty stable coming in and out of the corners, both similar top speed on the straights as well. So they're in a similar car in terms of pace, and what Bagpuss doesn't want, as I said, is to get backed up into him, because Harley may be able to strike. We know when Bagpuss was ahead, he could hold Harley behind. Maybe that's what he's going for here. Now, Grim is currently 2.8 seconds behind, so he's pulled away a little bit. And there's again a bit of a battle going on for 5th place. It's now AJ and Racer Tay. Racer Tay's also passed Astro now as well. So Racer Tay has now passed AJ. AJ's tucked in behind him. Racer Tay doesn't have damage. No, he doesn't. That's possibly why AJ's being slowed down a bit. We're expecting to see a 3-stop strategy here as well, guys. So expect lap 10, a 2-stop strategy, sorry. I expect lap 10 and lap 20 for the 2-stop strategy. Yeah, sorry, I can't do my math today. Racer Tay serving his penalty there as he goes through turn 2. It's an optimal place to serve it. You don't even have to do anything actually, and it just serves itself. So that's good. And there's also a bit of a battle going on here in 8th place. It's Martin Bananas versus Ash Wilson. There's battles going on all around the track currently. Martin Banana is getting a bit slappy as he's coming out of turn 3, and excuse me, Ash Wilson is looking to, kind of disrupt him a little bit. Maybe he's peeking out to make sure he tries to defend to the inside or goes around the outside. He's just trying to disrupt the mental behavior of Martin Bananas right now, but Martin is having none of it. You can see how in touch he is with that car right now. No jerking, no oversteer, no understeer. He is in complete control. It's a symbiotic relationship between these two right now. They need each other, and they are optimizing each other's skills perfectly. So he's looking stable. Let's jump back down to 10th place and see how Platypus is getting on. He's currently in 10th place, 3 seconds behind Ash and 11 seconds ahead of Castle. We've got Iceman Kimmy in the pits. Let's see what he comes on. So Iceman Kimmy could be committing to a 3-stop strategy here, 8, 16 and 24. Let's see if that's an optimal strategy. He's looking at about 25 or 20% wear on his tyres here. He's come out, he's not refueled, and he's come out on fresh soft tyres. So are we going to see a 3-stopper? I think he's just committed to that with those soft tyres, yes. And we've got 4th or the 5th all the way down to 9th in the pits now as well. So expect to see a lot of pit stops now. The pit window is open for that 3-stop strategy. Let's see what they can do. Now, Bagpuss is still leading. He's got 1.6 seconds on Harley right now. So when he pits, he's going to come out behind Iceman, I imagine. Let's see. Oh, and he's got quite a lot of wear on his tyres too. Look at that. He's up to about 40% on those front tyres and around 33 on the rears, or about 25 on the rears. Can't quite tell, but that is a lot more wear than some of these other cars. Maybe he's not quite in touch with the setup as I thought he was. But look at Harley. He's got very similar wear. He's got about 33% on the left tyres and right tyres as well, apart from the rear right. So he looks like he's struggling with a bit of tyre wear as well. So I imagine these guys are going to come into the pits now and race each other out of the pits. Let's see what they can do. Now, because they pitted 1 lap later than Iceman, they're going to have to refuel, I think, for an extra second or 2, and that's going to slow them down again. We've got Harley in. Is Bagpuss in as well? No, Bagpuss has stayed out for another lap. Interesting. Now, there are a few more battles going on down the pack. You can see it here, actually. A big battle going on for 10th place right now. It's Jan and it's Castle. Both of these guys teammates, of course. Jan looking to get past Castle as quick as he possibly can. Castle's defending, however. Jan's pulled out to get out of the tow and take advantage of that speed, but he's just not got it. There's contact between these two now. Castle's trying desperately hard to stay on the track, but he's been squeezed off the track there. It looks like Jan's not left him any room, and he's now behind. But will Castle be able to get an advantage? And he's picked up a penalty because of that as well. That seems a little unfair. But Castle's now got a slipstream, and let's see if he can do anything on the run-up into turn 3. They just go through turn 1 now. If he can stay behind within 5/10, he could do it, but Castle... Oh, no. I've jinxed him. He's got major front damage. He's come back on track. Leakers thankfully managed to avoid him, but major damage there from Castle. I think he was just a bit too eager. He's going to have to pit as quick as he possibly can. So I'm going to jump back up to 5th and 6th place. No, I'm not. I'm going to look down at 7th and 8th as Astro Smurf is chasing down Platypus in that Bach and Calls Volkswagen Beetle right now. Quickly just going to check Discord and see what's going on. And we're back. So, Platypus is still in 8th now. We've got another driver in the pits. It's Bagpuss. He has finally pitted. Now, let's see if he's going... I think he's going for the 2-stop. If he's pitted on lap 10, that could be a commitment to this 2-stop strategy. It's all going to depend on how much fuel he puts in. If he comes out with 3/4 of a tank, then he is going for a 2-stop strategy. There we go. Just over 3/4 of a tank. He's committed. Now, I'm not sure what this is going to look like, but I imagine all the D2 drivers that are currently watching the race are going to be using this information to determine whether or not they should go to the 2-stop or the 3-stop strategy. He has committed to it, I believe. Let's see how he gets on. He's got a 1/10 of a second penalty for cutting a corner somewhere, but he's going to be able to serve that nice and easily as he comes up to turn 3 right now. I wonder what he's going to do, and is anyone else on that 2-stop strategy right now? I'm not entirely sure. Quickly looking on track to see who's closest. It looks like someone spun, actually. Oh no, who is it? We've got someone spinning. It's Castle again. He spun as he's coming out of the pits, unfortunately. Oh no, he still hasn't pitted. Castle, he's still got that front left and front right rear wheel damage. What's going on here? I think that happened 2 laps ago. If he's coming into the pits and it's warping him back on track, it's because he hasn't completed a full lap without cutting a corner yet. Maybe that's what it is, but something major is going on. We've got Rod and Pollux Fishing here. Nice to have you with us. It's Hammerbush time. I don't even want to ask what that means. But let's see if we can see any of these Rod and Pollux cars. There we go. We got Grim C in 6th place currently. And of course, we've got Harley, Rod and Pollux currently running in 3rd place. It's looking like a nice podium for him. let's hope we can see a Rodden Pollux on the podium again. And Racer Tay is currently in 2nd place. He's going to have to pit in about 4 laps time. So I think he's committed to the 3-stop strategy as well. Sorry, I'm getting my words mixed up here. I think he's looking at a podium again. He's got phenomenal speed here. Fatboy Sim, thanks for joining us. He's saying, come on, Martin, Ash, Graham, Harley. Looks like we've got another Rodden Pollux fan here. They've got a huge fan base. Make sure you check them out on YouTube as well, because they do have their own channel. Rodden Pollux Fishing, I believe. Correct me if I've got that wrong, boys. But I'm going to jump back down to Grim just to see how he's getting on. He's looking stable. We've got another battle going on for 8th place right now. It's Jan the man who has pitted. Again, he's switched to that 3-stop strategy. He's going to be pitting in around 2 or 3 laps time. And he is currently following Martin Bananas in the Raven West car up into turn 3 right now. Let's see if he can do anything here. He's not served his penalty. I really expected him to serve it there because it's almost automatic. All you have to do is brake normally and it gets served. But anyway, he's chasing him down now as they're going into turn 4. Look at that speed advantage he has. You can see he's taking out about half a meter every other second here. He's going to try and outbrake him. He's going down the inside. We can see the brake disc glowing. Can he hold on to it? Yes, he can. He's getting a bit of oversteer as he comes out the corner, however, but he has held on to that position. He is now in 8th place, and he has a way to go if he wants to find himself in the top 5 come the end of this race. Not as fast as I expect him to be, but it is his return to GTS, so I imagine this is just a warm-up for him, and he's going to be extremely fast next race as usual. Now, we've got another battle going on a bit behind them. You can see how close these guys are. It's Leaker in Spinorama versus Ash Wilson of the Rodden Pollux Fishing here. Let's see if Leaker's trying to make a move. We can see Ash going heavy on the defense there. He's turning into turn 9. Can he hold on to it? He doesn't want to go wide here. He has gone slightly wide. So has Leaker. Are they going to get penalties? I'm not entirely sure. They are going to get them, but Ash has gone wide again as he goes through the final corner at turn 10. And now Leaker's got a huge toe. He's got a better run out of 10, and he's looking to go around the outside. Ash again going on the defensive immediately. Is Leaker going to be able to outbrake him and squeeze into that racing line? No, he's not. Ash has outbroken him actually, and he's gone wide. He's gone wide. Let's hope he rejoins safely. It was safe, and Leaker's still behind currently, but he's going to have another speed advantage as he comes out here. Let's see if he can get him. You can see again how fast that AMG is, even when they're going uphill into turn 3 through turn 2 here. He's squeezing him, Leaker, as he's being fair. He's leaving enough room, and he's turning in late. You can see he's left a car's width on the inside there, and he's got the overtake done. Ash Wilson now down into 11th place, out of the points currently. Ash is getting called a snooker chump right now by some guys in the chat. I'm sure he's not going to be too happy with that. But anyway, back up the field now and see where else these battles are going on. We've got a bit of a battle going on in 4th place right now. Oh no, AJ's looking a bit scruffy actually. He's 1.1 seconds. He has fixed his damage, thankfully. But he is still finding it hard to overtake Harley there. Harley doing a great job for Rodden Pollux currently. AJ doing a decent job for Spinorama as well. Let's not forget AJ started 2nd to last. He's already up to 4th place after some major red flashing damage he had to the whole front assembly of his car here, and he's still popping in decent laps. You can see on the right hand side here, 127, 128, 129, 128. That is D1 pace. We need to get AJ into D1. Who is going to take him? Someone must want AJ in their team, surely. You need to get in touch with Spinorama team captain Leakala and see if you can arrange some type of transfer negotiation there, because he is fast and he needs a permanent seat here, guys. Let's see what we can do. Now, going to jump back down to 8th place. We've got Jan the man chasing down Astro Smurf in that Raven West again, just 8 tenths behind currently. Something must have happened here, but Jan is currently got flashing fuel. He has at most 2 laps left before he's going to have to come into the pits here. Let's see if he can extend that a little bit more, because, you know, the optimal 3-stop strategy is 8, 16 and 24. If he's coming in on lap 13, he's going to have to slow himself down a little bit, maybe ease up on that fuel consumption, or just put extra fuel into the car, which again is going to slow him down. He needs to manage this a little bit better right now, but if he had damage, he might have had to pit early on his first stint, and that could be why he's almost out of fuel. But we're about to see what he does. Is he going to come into the pits this lap? Let's wait and see. So he's currently coming around turns 6 and 7 right now. Astro taking a very nice line through there. Jan trying to boomerang it almost to swing it back to see if he can get a run, and it works out quite well. You can see he's brought that gap down to just 3 tenths of a second now from 8 tenths, so that boomerang maneuver actually worked. He's managed to hold it pretty tight as he's going through turn 8 as well. Gap is below 3 tenths of a second. Jan needs to make a move now if he's staying out another lap, otherwise it's just going to be costing him time. Is he coming into the pits? No, he's staying out. He needs to pass him up to turn 3, otherwise he's going to have lost out here. Let's see if he can do it. He's looking down the inside. He's almost wheel to wheel. He's tucked back in. He's just not got enough speed in that Porsche GR3 car here. I think it's the 911 RSR. He's got a bit too much first curb as well. And he's not going to be able to get a good run out of here now because of that first curb bump. It unsettled his car a little bit too much here. Let's ride on board with him and see. Yeah, look at that gap. 0.7 of a second. He's got no chance. He should have pitted that lap because he's going to be stuck in this dirty air for a whole nother lap right now. Bit of a mistake there, I reckon, but let's see if he can pull it back in his third stint. I'm going to jump back up to the race lead. Iceman Kimi is 9 seconds ahead right now. Backpush down in 5th place, AJ ahead of him. And we've got ahead of those a little bit of a battle going on again between AJ and Harley. AJ's closed that gap down now to just under 0.4 of a second. AJ's got about 3 laps or 2 laps of fuel left. I reckon we're going to see an overtake here. Probably on the run up into turn 1. I don't think we're going to be waiting any longer than that, actually. AJ's got that gap to below 0.4. That's exactly where you need it to be. You want to nail this corner. You want to tuck in right behind and make sure you do not go wide. He's managed to take a nice amount of curb there, and he needs to turn in early, hit that apex at turn 10, and he's nailed it. He's nailed it. We're going to ride on board with him and see how close he is. He's got a nice run out of turn 1. AJ is in the perfect position here for an overtake up into turn 3. He's got it done. Now let's see if he can again outbrake slightly. Oh, he's contacted. He's putting him off slightly. He's got front bumper damage now. Let's check the damage on Harley. He's got flashing rear bumper damage. A mistake by AJ there. Slightly outbraked himself. Let's hope the aero damage isn't going to be slowing Harley down. But AJ and Harley are going to have to come into the pit soon. Harley had enough for about 3 laps, actually. So I wonder what Harley's going to do now. Always getting a bit scruffy as he's coming out of turn 3. Oof, that's a shame. It was such a good battle between these two. But AJ just made a little bit of a mistake there and outbroke himself. It wasn't too severe, but I wonder how much that red flashing bumper will cause in terms of time lost per lap. I wonder. I don't know. Now, we've got someone coming out of the pits all the way down in... Is that 10th place? Yep, it's Lika versus Jan the Man. Jan has just pitted. Lika has got enough for a 2-stop strategy, I reckon. Yeah, he's going to go to lap 20, I believe, and pit one more time. He's looking to go down the inside of Jan currently. Oh, he's outbroke himself. He has. He's looking down the inside. Oh, what a move by Lika there. I did not expect him to do that. We're definitely going to see a replay of that. That was phenomenal. Let's see if Jan can fight back here as he's going up to turn 4. I don't think he's going to do it. He's looking to go around the outside, actually. Can Lika leave him enough room? He can, but Lika's managed to stay ahead currently. A little bit of contact between these two, and Lika's tucked in ahead again. Now he wants to cover the inside line if he wants to stop Jan making another attack as they go through 6 and 7. They've got through turn 5. Okay, Lika's still ahead currently. Jan suffering from a little bit of understeer there. As they go through turn 6, it's still looking clean. Jan needs to keep it within 0.3 if he wants to overtake him. You can see how much Lika's slowing down because of that move he did. He's 0.7 slower in the middle sector alone as he's trying desperately hard to defend against Jan here. They're coming up to the final 2 corners here. Again, need to tuck it in and trail brake all the way through turn 9 to make sure you don't go wide and get a penalty. He's gone slightly wide there, but if he can hit the apex at turn 10, he should be good. He's hit it, and he's pulling away. Jan goes slightly wide there, and I reckon Jan might get a penalty. Yes, he picks up half a second penalty there. Lika going to the inside to defend already, but Jan's just a bit too far behind at the moment to make that move, so Lika's extending his track distance here when he didn't actually need to. Now, we're going to watch that replay. Let's see if he gets a good run out of turn 2. Oh, Jan's gone wide. Oh, no. Jan's gone very wide, and he's down to 11th place. Ooh, now, let's watch the replay. So, here we go. Jan the Man is trailing. We're going to ride on board with Lika, however, so we can watch his onboard. You can see he's got a 3 mile an hour speed advantage, I reckon, and he's broke very late. He's just eased off the brake slightly and allowed his car to drift a little bit. Oh, what a move. I think that was fair. He had the inside line. He didn't push Jan too wide. That was a nice move there. Bravo. Iceman Kimi is... Oh, this is the replay. Let me jump back from the replay. Let's see where Iceman Kimi is. Iceman Kimi's down in 13th place! What's happened to Iceman? He's getting blue flags right now. Hang on, is something bugged here? No. Iceman Kimi's down in 13th. Oh, no, back in first. Okay, there was a bit of a bug there. I thought so. Oh, I was going to say, what was that all about? Let's see if we can see... No, it was just a bug. Everything is okay, guys. Don't worry. You can pick your jaws up from the ground. Now, let's cancel the replay and let's get back to the race. We're currently on lap 17. Oh, no, we're still in the replay. What is happening? Sorry about this, guys. There we go. We're back. Bagpuss is currently trailing Iceman Kimi 1.4 seconds down the road. Bagpuss is going to be hitting lap 20 for his second and final stop, and Iceman's going to be going on around lap 24 for his third and final stop. So Bagpuss is actually in a very good position right now. The two-stop strategy looks perfect. If you don't get any damage in the race, you don't have to make any early stops. Oh no, Bagpuss! Hold the car, hold the car, hold the car! Hold it! Good job, good job. Get it back. No damage. Focus, focus. Whew, that was close. That was blimmin' close. But he's okay now. Whew. Now, we've got a bit of a battle going on for 7th and 8th place right now. It's again Astro trying to defend against Lika right now. Lika 1 second down the road. What a race so far, guys. This has been a great race to watch. We've got another battle going on between 5th and 4th as well. AJ is currently, he's got past Harley, and Harley's in the Rod and Pollock's car is trying to hold him off. Phil, I'm also watching the stream at the same time, and I'm not getting any buffering problems, so it might just be on your end. But if anyone else is struggling with buffering, just let me know, and I might have to restart the stream or something. But I want to make this as smooth as possible for you guys, because this is an absolutely amazing race. I'm going to jump up to this battle again between Astro and Lika, because Lika is looking to make yet another overtake. Now, again, if you can stay within 3/10, you've got a nice chance of an overtake. He's looking down the inside. Oh, and he's gone down the inside. Another phenomenal move here by Lika. Actually, Austria is one of Lika's best tracks. He's fast there in F1, and evidently he is in control, and he is feeling good around here in GTS as well. What another great move from him. Let's just see another replay of that, see if we caught it. Oh, a bit too late. Let me jump back to 20 seconds instead. Let's see how he gets on here. So you can see he just goes down the inside at turn 9, and he doesn't, you can see he doesn't push Astro wide at all. He made sure he made that move early enough for Astro to respond, and therefore Astro can stay on track and turn in as early as he needs to. Now let's see if Astro ever fought back. Let's see if he can make that move again. He's still behind. He's less than 5/10 behind actually. So Astro could be making another move here. I'm going to jump back up to the battle for 4th place right now as we, oh, 3rd place, sorry, as we see Racer Tay trying to make a move on Bagpuss right now. Again, we're seeing some really great defensive racing from Bagpuss as he's holding on to that position in turn 8 here. Now, Racer Tay has got more speed as he's come out of turn 8. They're approaching 9 and 10 right now. Racer Tay needs to stick to the outside here. He doesn't want to cut Bagpuss off. He's left him enough space. Bagpuss is taking the curb just to make sure he left enough space as well. Great racing between these two drivers, seeing them be as respectful as they possibly can. That is the kind of racing that we want to see here at OFR. Both of them taking precautions to ensure the other driver has enough space. Absolutely perfect. That is what we want to see. Racer Tay is now ahead. Bagpuss is in 3rd, but let's not forget, Racer Tay is on that 3-stopper. He's going to be pitting in 4 laps time. Bagpuss is going to be pitting this lap, I reckon, or the next lap on that 2-stop strategy. Let's see if he can do it. Fatboy Sim saying that was a bit naughty from AJ and Harley. I didn't quite catch that one. We'll have to wait and see after the race ends. But Bagpuss currently in 3rd place, and let's see some battles going on. Oh, we have got a battle going on a bit further down the field actually. We can see it here. It's Martin Bananas versus Castle Racing. They're battling for 12th place at the moment. And we've got a bit of a battle going on ahead as well. Let's see if we can see that. Ash Wilson, Rod and Pollock's driver, going down the inside at turn 1. I thought he was going to lose the rear then, but he managed to hold on to it. And now we've got a big run-up from Jan and Platypus. We've got a slipstream train going down. Platypus is looking to make a move on Ash. He gets the overtake done. Is Ash going to be able to outbrake himself? No, he's not. And Jan is overtaking him now as well. This is tragic for Ash. He's just lost 2 positions in 1 corner, but Jan has got Scruffy out of turn 3, and he might be able to get this position back. Let's see if he can do it. I don't think so. I'm going to jump back to the replay and just watch that move by Ash, and let's try and figure out where it actually went a bit wrong for him as well. So Ash, he's coming out of the final corner, and you can see he's got far more speed than Platypus as he's coming out here. He switched to the middle of the track. Platypus is committed to the outside into turn 1, and let's see, Ash just totally brakes later, cuts the corner slightly, and he gets oversteer as he's coming out of 1. That must be where he lost a little bit of time, yeah, and you can then see Platypus get a huge run on him as he's coming up to turn 2 here. That's where it all went wrong. If he could have just held that oversteer a little bit stronger, he might have been able to hold on to that position. But he's currently in 10th place. He's back up to 10th actually. He's re-overtaken Platypus, and Bagpuss is now coming in for his 2nd and final stop. Let's see what he can do. So he's out of the pits right now, and he's come out in 6th place. Everyone ahead of him is going to pit again in 3 laps time. If Bagpuss gets a podium here, OFR is going to lose its mind. He's been trying all season long to finish in the top 3, and today might be his time. He's on some fresh soft tyres now. He's got 10 laps worth of fuel left. He's going to be pushing his car whilst managing his tyres as much as he possibly can in this final stint for him. We've got another driver in the pits as well. We'll see who that is when they come out, but right now he's actually pulling away from Lika a little bit. Iceman Kimi still leading in that Tag Heuer Race Lab car. Tag Heuer Phoenix Race Lab car. He's currently 9 seconds ahead of Racetay. Racetay, I don't think Racetay is going to be able to catch him. They're both on the same strategy. They're both going to be pitting in around 3 laps time. Unless Racetay can bring down about 2 seconds a lap, this is Iceman Kimi's race to win, and he is going to help to close down that championship lead that Racetay currently has. Now, we've got a bit of a battle going on in 7th right now. Yeah, it's still Lika trying to squeeze past, but Lika needs to come into the pits now. You can see his fuel is low. He's braking a little bit, and he's come into the pit lane, and he's now going to be doing his final stop on lap 21. So I think he's committed to the... Oh, I think he was on a 3-stop because he had to pit on lap 1 or 2, actually. But it's a similar strategy to Bagpuss, bar his first pit stop. So he's coming into the pits. He's going to put on a soft, and he's going to put in enough fuel for the final 8 laps of the race. And let's see if he can get out ahead of Ash, and Martin and Platypus. He's still refueling and he's pulling away now. Oh, he's going to be behind Martin, I think. The AI is going to be in control until he crosses that line. He's in control now, and he's come out in 10th place. Now, again, a lot of the drivers ahead do have to pit, so let's see where Lika would potentially finish. Guys, who do you think is going to close off this top 3? I think it's going to be Iceman and Racetay in 1 and 2, but who's going to get that P3? Is it going to be Bagpuss or is it going to be AJ? I reckon Bagpuss is going to take this one. I hope Bagpuss takes this one, actually. No disrespect to AJ, but yeah, Bagpuss deserves this P3. Now, I'm going to jump back down because we've got another battle going on here for 12th place again. It's again Castle versus Platypus. Platypus looking down the inside, trying to, again, play a little mind games as he's, is he going to outbrake? Is he not? Is he going to switch back? Who knows? He's trying to get into Castle's head, but we know Castle's a solid driver. Again, 1v1 tournament winner for the first GTS knockout. Castle won this at Austria in a Group 2 or Group 1 car. I can't remember what it was, but he was great racing there. And we've got another bit of a battle going on in 10th place as well. It's Ash Wilson versus Likala. Likala's done the pit stop, of course, and he's going to be making a move on Ash. Let's just quickly check Ash's fuel and tyre. He's going to be able to go to the end. He might be able to. Lika's now just less than 3 tenths behind. I reckon Lika's going to make another move on him. Not into turn 1, but into turn 3. Ash is going on the inside to defend. He's moving slightly to try and sneak back onto that racing line to make sure his entry into 1 is stable enough. Now Lika's got a huge amount of speed coming out of there. And traction as well. And he's got the overtake done. Now, this might put Ash in a good position to take advantage of the slipstream, but I just don't think he'll be able to. I think Lika's just got a bit more grip on his tyres. He's able to get a bit more traction. He's able to pull away slightly. He's just under 3 tenths ahead. Oh no, it's over 5 tenths ahead now. And yeah, he's just going to pull away. So Lika's looking to claim these back. Now Iceman's come in for his final stop. He is pitting now. Where's AJ? He's just coming around turn 9. He's in the pits as well. And where is Bagpuss? Let's see. Bagpuss is... Oh, he's only gone through turn 8 actually. So we might just be looking at a top 5 for Bagpuss here today. AJ's just pulled up to his pit slot now. Where's Bagpuss going to come out here? Now, Grim ahead of him is just pitted 2. Bagpuss is just about to cross the line. Is he going to be able to get ahead of AJ? I think he will. Let's see if he can do it. Bagpuss is just coming up to turn 1 now. AJ's... I believe AJ's just come out ahead. Oh, that's close. Bagpuss is going to have to overtake him on track. Oh, that's a bit of a shame for Bagpuss there. He was racing his heart out and he's come out in 4th place. But again, it's not over yet. If AJ makes a single mistake or Bagpuss can get it back up to speed, he may be able to overtake AJ, as we see Harley now 3.5 seconds behind Bagpuss on fresh tyres. Now, again, it looks like that 2-stop strategy has worked out for Bagpuss here. But how much faster is it than the 3-stop? I do not know. I don't know. But if I was racing next race in D2, I think I'd opt for the two-stop strategy. I'd aim to keep myself out of trouble as much as I possibly can in the first corner, first lap, and I would try and commit to a two-stop strategy. There's robot suggestion. That's what we'll call it. Let's see if anyone listens and does it, or whether or not it's the worst possible choice ever. Who knows? Now, I'm going to jump back down to, let's see, 7th place, as we're seeing Leaker pull away from Astro. Leaker's got 6.4 seconds to gain on Grim if he wants to try and get into the top 5. He's got to overtake Grim in P6 first, and then he's got to overtake Harley in P5. But I do think that Harley and Bagpuss in 4th and 5th currently are just out of Leaker's reach. There's only 6th and 3rd laps left here for Leaker, so I don't think he's going to be able to get an overtake done. But we could be looking at a P5, because you can see already he's taking half a second out of Grim already, just in 3 corners alone. Let's keep an eye on that gap. It's 5.6 seconds. Let's see what it's like in a lap's time, as I'm now going to jump back down to 10th place and see how Jan is getting on, trying to make some time up on Ash in that Rod and Pollock's fishing car there. Let's see what he can do. The gap's 0.7 of a second. It's dropped down by 1/10 already as they go through the final 2 corners. I think Ash is going to be vulnerable here to an attack by Jan. Let's see. The gap is peaked over 0.8 again. I'm not sure where Jan made a mistake there. Oh, yes, Jan's sliding again. He doesn't look like he's in control of that car currently. And the gap is down to 0.8. I don't think he's going to be able to make a move now. I do not think so. So I'm going to jump back down to... Is it 8th? No, I can't quite catch this. Sorry, guys. Oh, it's Bagpuss. Oh, of course, it's Bagpuss chasing AJ down 1.4 seconds. AJ's not pulling away as quick as I thought he would. As I thought he would, to be honest. He's not got any damage on his car. He's got fresh softs on, and he's got just enough fuel to get to the end of the race. That's exactly where you want it to be. But yeah, he's just not pulling away as quick as we thought he would. So whilst there are a few gaps on track, guys, I am just quickly going to just remind you of the drivers' standings currently in D1. So Racer Tay is currently leading 85 points to Iceman Kimmy in 2nd place with 68 points. Then in 3rd is Castle with 38, and Reddy Shaven in 4th with 34, who isn't racing with us anymore, unfortunately. But AJ, reserve driver, is down in 5th on 30 points. So Iceman, if he beats Racer Tay this race, he's going to be able to cut that gap down by 8 points. So instead of having a, let's see, 17-point advantage, that's just going to be a 9-point advantage for Racer Tay there, again bringing the team, the driver championship alive. Now, in terms of the team standings, Spinorama Pro is currently leading by 152 points. Tag Her Phoenix Race Lab, however, is only on 140 points in 2nd place. Now, since Iceman's going to be winning this race, he's going to be picking in a handful of points, but both Racer Tay and AJ and Spinorama are going to be helping to secure that advantage that they currently have in P1 in the team standings. So, Spinorama are looking good in the team standings currently. That's very good to see, very nice to hear. Now, everyone's looking a bit separated on track right now, apart from a battle in 10th place. It's still Jan versus Ash Wilson. Jan currently holding that 1 point that you get for P10. Ash holding on to those 2 points in P9. I'm going to ride on board with these guys for a while and see what's happened. Bob's your uncle, thanks for joining us. He's asking what's happened so far. We've actually seen a really interesting race. The gaps are quite big now, but up until around lap 20, everyone was super close. We've seen some amazing overtakes. Not too much bad driving here today on track, hardly any actually, if not none at all. So it's been a lot cleaner race, but it has been very exciting. Like I said, lots of overtakes, most of them taking place at turn 1 or turn 3, and we've seen very close wheel-to-wheel racing, and 2 different strategies going on as well. We've seen a few 2 stops, we've seen a few 3 stops. Interesting. I'm not sure what's going to unfold in D2 in about 20 minutes time, but it's definitely going to be a good race to watch. We've got I think we've got 14 drivers in D2 racing around 30 laps in Austria, so hopefully it's going to be great. Yeah, wish you could have been here as well, Bob, but you can watch it once the race is over, of course, so make sure you watch it, like it, subscribe, blah blah blah, do whatever you need to. And yeah, that's it. So, we see Jan going very wide at turn 1 again. He's not looking great in that car. I'm going to jump back down to 4th and 5th because Bagpuss is, he's 3.9 seconds behind, but he's got Harley chasing him down now. 3.5 laps to go as they make it through the end of Sector 2. Bagpuss is looking at a P4, but Harley is catching him. Bagpuss has got quite a bit of tyre wear. You can see that here. He's got about 33%. Harley's got less, far less.
Harley's on about 15 to 20%, so Bagpuss is putting too much heat into those tyres right now. Now, the gap's now below a second as well, so we're going to see a little bit of a late battle here between Harley and Bagpuss. I'll stick with these guys for now. Let me just quickly check what the gap is between Racer Tay. Oh! Racer Tay's brought that gap down from 8 seconds to 4.5. There's only 3 laps left. Do you think he could take Iceman here? Oh, that will be a great battle to watch. I'll stick with Bagpuss and Harley for now, as we're seeing Bok and Coles and the Rod and Pollux fishing almost going wheel to wheel here. 5 tenths now as they go up to turn 3 through turn 2. Harley's going to be making a move on Bagpuss pretty soon. Let's hope they can keep it clean. They're nice and stable through turn 3. None of them getting oversteer, understeer, nothing. They are both in complete control of their cars right now. And I'm surprised that Bagpuss is still holding on to that traction, even though he's got that much wear on his tyres. He's got 2.5 laps to go. Let's hope he can keep it clean. Gap between Iceman Kimmy and Racer Tay currently 4.8, so it's pretty stable right now. Gonna jump back down to Bagpuss. It's less than half a second now. It's 5 tenths, 3 tenths. Bagpuss is going to be in trouble here. Harley's already looking to make a move down the inside. Bagpuss again making sure that his car is firmly ahead before he hits that apex. And that has disrupted his flow through turns 8 actually. And Harley is now looking to make a move down the inside. Let's hope he can keep it clean. Let's ride on board with them and see. Ooh, just almost a peck or a kiss of contact there. And again, both of these drivers being absolutely respectful to one another. Again, so nice to see this type of driving. Now, we know Harley likes to make late moves, late braking moves into turn 1. Let's see if he can do it here. Let's see where he brakes. Ooh, Bagpuss braking just a little bit earlier there, but he was ahead, and he's now got that outside line, and a better run out of turn 1 as well. Bagpuss has to hold off for another 2 laps, but he's currently doing everything he needs to make sure he is ahead. First place, the gap is 4.6, so unfortunately I don't think Racer Tay is going to be able to close that down anymore, and we've still got that battle going on for 9th place between Jan and Ash Wilson right now as well. Jan has got the gap down to 5 tenths of a second, and he's looking to overtake him to get that extra point. If he wants to do it, he needs to bring that gap down to below 3 tenths as he gets through turn 1. Unfortunately, it's just above 5, so I don't think he's going to be able to get a big enough slipstream on this lap, but he does have one more lap to do it, let's not forget. So let's see if he can. He's going up through turn 1. Oh, he's having to... Oh, he broke a little bit too late there, and he had to go very, very wide off track to avoid the car in front of him there. Gonna jump back down to Bagpuss to see what's going on here. He's still managing to stay ahead of Harley. Less than 2 tenths of a second right now. Harley again looking to go down the inside now. Let's jump on board with them and see if they can keep it as clean as they did previously. Oh, Harley's looking to make a move around the outside. Is Bagpuss going to be able to fight back? Yes, he is. Bagpuss still has that inside line. There's a bit of contact between these two here, and Bagpuss is snuck ahead again, keeping it as clean, giving them an inch perfect amount of space, and Harley's looking to make a move down the inside now. Bagpuss has committed to the outside line through turn 1. Let's see if Harley can outbrake him. No, Bagpuss is late on the brakes again, and he's gone wide. This could be it now. Oh, he managed to keep it on track, but Harley's got the inside. Excuse me. And Harley's got the overtake done. It's the final lap, and Harley has overtaken Bagpuss. Now, let's see where Bagpuss is, though, and let's see if he can make another move. They're still going around the outside here. Bagpuss is still going around the outside. He's still around the outside as they go through turn 3, and he's got the position back. He has fought back. Final lap at turn 3, and he's still ahead. What a move round the outside there, Bagpuss. How did you do that? I don't know. The gap between P1 and P2 is still 4.5 seconds. AJ's looking at P3. Bagpuss needs to hold on as much as he possibly can to this P4 if he wants to keep it and get those 12 points for Bok and Coles right now. Rod and Pollux, they must be fighting so hard. If they're in the chat with Harley right now, they're probably screaming at him, telling him to make a late move into turn 9 because he knows that's where Bagpuss is vulnerable. He's trying to make a late move as they go through turn 8, but it's not going to happen. Now Iceman Kimmy is about to cross the line. He he has already crossed the line in first place. Race Today takes P2, 18 points for Spinorama. Next up, it's going to be AJ who's going to cross the line, and as soon as he does, I'm going to quickly switch back to this, but I'll do it now actually, as Backbus is still currently ahead. AJ crosses the line in P3, but Harley is still behind. Can he do anything as they go through the final corner? I don't think he's going to be able to. Backbus is going to stay ahead in P4 and pick up 12 points for Bock and Calls. Rod and Pollock's finishing in P5, 10 points. He managed to hold him off all the way to the end there. Well done. Grimsey, another Rod and Pollock's fishing driver, is taking P6 for his team here. Leaker, a great recovery in P7 for Spinorama. Next up is going to be the Raven West of Astro. I'm sure Max is going to be very, very happy with his performance here. Another absolutely perfect race from Astro. Didn't put a foot wrong at all. Did everything he needed to secure some points for Raven West. And next it's going to be Ash Wilson. He's still fending Jan off all the way through the final corner. He's not got a penalty, so he's going to be finishing in 9th place. Jan finishing in 10th. In 11th place it's going to be Castle, who's had a bit of a tricky race with a few spins, but he's managed to finish the race and he crosses the line there in 11th. And finally, the last two to cross the line, it will be Martin Bananas in that Raven West car. First time in D1, solid race from you, well done. Keep it up, and I'm sure you'll be finishing top 10 in next race probably. We all know you're a good driver, so keep up that speed as we see finally Platypus drifting round the final corner as he crosses the line in 13th place. What an absolute amazing race. Wow, I did not expect an end like that, but those drivers, Backbus and Harley, kept the end of that race alive. Congratulations to Iceman Kimmy again, of course, who has finished in first place, and he's managed to reduce the championship lead to Racer Tay. Well done, guys. Thanks for tuning in. I hope that was entertaining for you, and we've got D2 starting in just 50 minutes time, where Astro, Ash, and Mick are going to be commentating there as well, so make sure you tune in. It's going to be probably even better than that race, just as the D2 races usually are. So, thanks guys, and see you soon.